It is only the 9th day of the year 2024, and already there is too much happening. Way too much. Kenyans are still reeling in shock and scratching their heads and wondering what really happened in Kisii. Yeah. Of an incident where there were firearms used. We're even being told automatic weapons. Yeah. And of course, those who follow Kenyan politics know when there's a problem, violence in Kisii, one particular name keeps on cropping up. That of South Mugirango legislator Sylvanus Osoro. Osoro released a statement shortly after the incident yesterday, where he distanced himself from the violence and mayhem. But multiple eyewitnesses and even a video shows clearly Kisii Governor Simba Arati in a rally, and then the gathering being disrupted. And we even seen the video very clearly. Somebody brandishing a weapon, a firearm. We even know that at one juncture, Kisii Governor Simba Arati had to take cover in a maize plantation with a security detail. Hey. Now it is reported that several people are nursing risasi wounds, but miraculously nobody lost their lives. Now let me back up a little here, because some of us may not understand. Now, according to the laws of the land, a licensed gun holder hawezi kupewa ruhusa kuwa na kitu kama AK-47. No way. Yeah. No automatic weapons. Which means that the only people who can have them are security forces, security boys. So already that raises a very big question mark. Now, even if legislator Sylvanus Osoro is innocent in this particular case, the truth is he has been involved in the past in many violent encounters. In 2022, even before the UDA government came into power, he was captured on videos that went viral. Yeah. Walking up to the stage where Simba Arati was addressing the people and attacking him. It was all captured on video. We all saw it. And then in November last year, a very crazy incident unfolded when Bwana Osoro, at a meeting in Bomet in the Rift Valley, he told a shocked audience that because he is mkubwa wa wakubwa, yeah, is leader of the MPs, actually is majority whip, all these MPs, before they leave the country, before they go abroad, they have to go to him for approval. And he told us that usually he asks for kitu kidogo to approve their travel. And those remarks even got the attention of the EACC, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. And he was summoned. Alafu, hiyo maneno ikaisha. We don't know how. It would seem that in Kenya, different people are treated differently by the law of the land. Because one cannot help but wonder what would have happened if Bwana Osoro was an ODM legislator. What would have happened to him by now? But my humble advice here is that one needs to be careful, because in the season we have entered, very strange things you cannot explain are happening. Very powerful people, people who go about things with impunity, do all kinds of crazy things, and they always get away with it. In this season we have entered, they are not getting away with it. Many of them are being exposed. Justice is happening without the courts of law here on earth. One needs to be careful. You know, there are people who don't pay attention. There are people who are not sensitive. And therefore would not be surprised if there are so many people who have not yet noticed what is happening in Kenya and indeed globally in this season. Even that Kenyan who has been on dating sites pretending to be a rich man and luring Kenyan women who really love money and then robbing them and assaulting them, and he has been getting away with this for a very long time. I believe one of the reasons is that the women are embarrassed. Because you know, questions from the cops can get very embarrassing. Mulikuwa wapi? Na mulikuwa mnafanya nini? Na ulifika hapo namna gani? Ulitumia mguu yako hiyo mbili kufika hapo? And so on and so forth. But in this season, something, and the attention of the entire country was drawn to this man and his crimes. And it cannot get more serious than how it is right now, because some people have buried their daughter. The message is very clear. Yes, you got away with it in the past. Yes, you have very powerful connections. Yes, you have a godfather who is very powerful in Kenya. But my friend, this is the wrong season. Yeah? To keep on doing what you're doing. You know, contrary to what many people may think, if you do evil things, they will finally catch up with you. There is this super fascinating case of a very powerful man in Kenya who got away with murder. Okay? He even got a very innocent man who was grieving to be accused of the murder. Indeed, the fiancé of the woman whose life he ended. But he didn't quite get away with it, because when things caught up with him, it would have been much better if he had been convicted by the court of law. That would have been the much better, less painful option in this particular case. I will tell you that story shortly, as well as that of a politician who was corrupt and made so much money. It was coming out of his ears literally. He was swimming in it literally. By the way, public funds, Public funds. And how things ended for him. Again, it would have been much better if he had gone before a judge and had been found guilty and had gone to jail. Life would have been much more comfortable for him that way. Because the way he ended, I know we don't like history, which is okay, but it tells us very clearly what is going to happen to many people who right now are enjoying. Wako sawa tu. But before we come to that, please allow me very quickly to acknowledge the sponsors for today's show, who have been here before, and are now back once again to sponsor Kumekucha show. I don't know if you remember the Naivasha Gilgil land. Our sponsor sometime last year, who was successful in getting a buyer, and now they're back to sponsor our show, and to let you know about the remaining acreage, the one they did not advertise then. It's only 5 acres left. It is a much smaller portion of 5 acres, going for only 1.5 million an acre, total 7.5 million. Of course, the land is located at the same place between Naivasha and Gilgil on Iburu Road, about 7.2 kilometers from the Great Rift Valley Lodge. Now, something very interesting here is that the person who acquired the earlier portion is already developing a hotel in the area, which makes perfect business sense, because the view of Lake Elementaita and a lot of the Rift Valley, the amazing breathtaking view from this plot, cannot be ignored. Now, in case you're interested, you can get in touch using the email address you see on your screens right now, or even the telephone number that is displayed on your screens right now. Now, our offer for sponsors ended. Hiyo imeenda, na imeenda kabisa. However, I've got some good news for you. We have a new offer for those who are time barred, for those who did not hear about this in good time. And now for only 12,000 Kenya shillings, you can sponsor Kumekucha show and reach our very, very unique audience. But I'm afraid once again, this is only for a very limited time. 72 hours is all you have to act. So please, move fast in case you're interested. Now you can see details on your screens right now. All you have to do is get in touch, and then we can take it from there. Just use the email address you see on your screens right now, or even the telephone number. Right! There was a cabinet minister called Paul Ngei from Ukambani. And there was another cabinet minister called Nicholas Kipiator Biwott. Different times in our history, same WhatsApp group. Now, Paul Ngei was a Kamba. Na mnajua Wakamba na wanawake. And it did not matter to him if the person he was dealing with was somebody's wife or even somebody's fiancée. He didn't care. After all, he claimed he fought for Uhuru. He even walked into DT Dobby one day, the well-known Mercedes franchise in Kenya, and got a brand new Mercedes-Benz and drove away, telling the company to invoice State House, Nairobi. That vehicle was never paid for. And then there was the Judy Angaine case. Judy was a military officer, the daughter of another cabinet minister called Jackson Angaine. Ngei bullied Judy's fiancée. Believe it or not, you go to somebody's house, collect the woman, leave her fiancé there looking at you, just because you're a powerful cabinet minister. Well, this story did not end well, because Judy was found dead, and Ngei was definitely involved in that murder. But instead, the grieving fiancé was charged. Unfortunately, he was acquitted, because he had a very smart lawyer, Byron Jojadis. But staying on point, Ngei in the end ended up losing both his legs, diabetes or something like that, and he also lost everything else, and lived a number of years a very tortured life. A very desperate man, a far cry from that powerful cabinet minister. He was even spotted at a Benny Hinn crusade, where he had been wheeled on his wheelchair by one of his wives, going to look for a miracle. Nicholas Kipiator Biwott is said to have lost his mind in the last few years of his life. He was very sickly. He lost a lot of weight. Aliumia sana. And there is no doubt that he had plenty of time to reflect on his life and what he had done with his life, this precious life. In the end, even his huge fortune, made from public funds, could not help him. People would look at him and say, aya, huyo ni Biwott? Hey, hapana. Huyo hawezi kuwa Biwott. Wanafanana lakini, jameni, nini imefanyika kwa huyu mtu? Bottom line, you had better really enjoy your ill-gotten wealth, because your day is coming. It is not if, it is not you may escape. No, it is definitely coming. Whoever you are, no matter how powerful you think you are on this earth, hii dunia na hii maisha, believe it or not, iko na mwenyewe. And I'm afraid you cannot escape. You can't. Even if you go to another planet, I don't know how, you cannot escape. And therefore I'd like to encourage the long-suffering residents of Kshs County. Don't worry. Just be a little patient. Things will sort themselves out. Especially in this very deadly season. Things are happening too fast. Not normal speed, extra supersonic, super fast speed. Ngoja tu, mtaona na macho yenu. Of course, if you are innocent, even if Kumekucha Chris mentioned your name, nothing will happen. You're innocent. You're not guilty. But if you're guilty, even if Chris Kumekucha did not mention you, prepare yourself. Brace yourself. Because this year, 2024, please allow me to leave it there. Now, many of you are very interested in my classic 2013 ebook, Mystery Monday, because it has information never before released to this day about Raila Odinga and the Luo question. And of course this was linked to the 2013 presidential elections, which was the beginning of our serious problems in Kenya. Now looking back, we can see that very clearly. You can see details on your screens right now. For only $9.60, you can get yourself this ebook. Amazing ebook. And what is more, you will be able to win 1 full year subscription to my weekly intelligence briefings when you purchase Mystery Monday. Go for it. I highly recommend it. You have been seeing the details on your screens. Therefore you know what you have to do. The same details are repeated in the description area below this video on YouTube. You know, there's a Swahili saying, malipo ni hapa hapa. Okay? You get paid for what you do in this life, not in the next life. Right here in this very life we live. Okay? And in this season, please do the right thing. Even if you've been getting away with all manner of evil in the past, now is the wrong season to get involved in that. Especially if you're getting rich on public funds. Especially if you're getting rich at the expense of millions of long-suffering Kenyans. This is the very wrong time to do that. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.